because a lot of people be scared of what other people gonna say.
Right.
Like, telling you, probably people like, oh, Milk going to get a job, like, ah, ha, 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 ha. Like, oh, he doing YouTube, that's weird shit. But when that YouTube start cracking, you know, it's a different story now.
Mile High Minute #1 blog in the universe, man. Today we got a very special guest all the way from Los Angeles, one of the most popular YouTubes in LA, Milk74, man. What's the word?
What's the deal, bro? You already know. I'm chilling.
Hell yeah. I appreciate you for coming on the show, man.
Off top, bro. Mandatory.
So it's not live, so if there's any parts you want me to cut or whatever after, I'm gonna chop it up and shit. But basically, I just kind of want to go through your background story and then like talk about like hot topics, what's going on right now. So originally from LA.
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay. What part of LA? I know LA is a pretty big city, so there's a lot of different neighborhoods and stuff like that.
I mean, I was kind of all through LA. When I was younger, we moved around, but it was always like LA. It was never
Yeah.
outside of LA County, or it was always Los Angeles, like what LA or South Central. Yeah.
Okay. And from other interviews I've seen, you were adopted, correct? Like your parents weren't white, right? Like
Well,
the parents you grew up with?
parents was.
Right, right. But like the parents that you like grew up with and that raised you, they weren't white, correct?
My mother, she adopted me when I was 7 days old out the hospital.
Okay. Did you have an adopted like dad too, or
Nah.
no? Okay. Did you have a relationship at all with your like biological parents or no, none at all?
Nah, not really. I mean, I met the lady. I met the lady when I was like 23, maybe. I think I was 23. And I didn't
Okay.
meet her because like I went looking for her. My biological sisters had, I guess, found my brother and hit him up, and he told me.
You just kind of met just because you like felt like you needed to type thing. It wasn't something that was like, I guess, off love or anything you felt like, or
No, not really.
yeah.
Nah,
So
none.
how did that affect you growing up? Do you feel like that kind of made you like how did that make you into the man you are today? Was it like was there positives, negatives that came from that?
From what?
Just like not being close with your biological parents or really having a relationship with them.
I mean, not with her because if I would have been with her, that would have probably been like a real bad way of growing up. You know, with a dolphin mother.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so before you got into YouTube and all that stuff, like what were some of your hobbies growing up?
I mean, growing up when I was a kid, I just like going outside. I never was in the house a lot because there was a lot of females in my house, like my
Mm.
mother, my sisters, nieces. So I was just outside, bro. That's all I can remember going outside. And then we moved like on 53rd and Dinker, and I was
Mm.
probably like 11 or like 10. I think I was like going on 11 when we moved over there, but that's when I really like jumped off the porch over there. But before that, it was just like outside, like uh, learning how to kind of jump walls a little bit when I was real young.
Yeah.
Riding bikes just outside and shit, really until I hit like 11 and 12.
What made you gravitate towards like I guess being in the streets and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Like obviously you just were going outside and shit like that, but what made you gravitate towards the street life or the gang life, quote unquote, as you were growing up?
Well, I mean, I'm saying like when I was a kid like young, I remember we lived like on the east side, but like I don't know, bro. That image was just always around, like from my sisters, baby daddies. I got certain cousins. I mean, like it's just all around you, so you kind of already know what it is. And But like when I was younger, like obviously 5 and 6, I was not doing nothing. 8 or 9, I wasn't doing nothing. But before that, like before I jumped off the porch, we was living in an okay area, like a cool area. I
In
think
LA still?
yeah, it's in LA, but it was like Windsor Hills.
Oh,
That's kind
okay.
of like somewhat like the Black Beverly Hills. I think where we was living at, that would be that area. But we
So it's
moved
still like
there.
it's still predominantly black, but it's a nicer neighborhood, nicer area.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But that was a long time ago. That was like it's still like that, but this was like a long time ago. I remember my mama said like the rent or something. She was like, if y'all want Christmas gifts and stuff, then we can't live here no more. And shit, we left from over there and we moved on 53rd and Dinker.
Okay. Did you I know this is random, but did you ever consider rap or no? Because I feel like a lot of people when they grow up in that environment, rap is one of the first things that they would consider. And obviously you're not a rapper, but like did you ever try it or consider it or anything like
Yeah,
that?
I mean I tried it. Well, when I moved over there, like before I moved on 53rd, like I could rap. I could recite every rap song in my head, like any
Mm.
one. But when I moved over there, I met some friends, and they had an uncle named H Deuce. I think he in Oakland right now. He a producer and shit, but he was rapping back then. So he was like telling us to like write a rap song and shit. So I tried it. I mean, like, but I really not. To be honest, I just never like took it serious. Like I never tried it and went really that far in it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But
Uh,
I tried it, but it just wasn't nothing for me, really.
yeah. So what was like the transformation process for you to get from like being in the streets and like getting into YouTube? You worked like a normal job before YouTube, I'm assuming, right? Like what jobs were you working before YouTube?
Yeah, like I don't know, something just snapped in my head one year, and I was like, I seen somebody that I know, and they posted like on social media, they had like a UPS uniform on.
Mm,
And I'm like, whoa, if they could go get a job there, then I should be able to. That's what I said. So I started like looking at it and doing like homework. And I'm like, okay, that's a seasonal position. So I should be able to get in there. And I don't know, I filled that shit out and got the email to go up there. And when I went up there, um, I got the job. I didn't think I was even going to get it for other reasons, but I got it. And I got the Hollywood. That's the route I had,
oh,
Hollywood.
okay.
So that was horrible. And it's like this
Hella
ain't my first.
traffic.
Nah, like the work,
Mm.
the hills, the driving up the hills in that UPS truck, and like
Oh
all
yeah.
apartment buildings, because every part of Hollywood is just not
Like
houses.
regular street, yeah.
They got apartment buildings with like hundreds of units, and then they got one next door, and one next door, and one next door, and all across the street. So that was horrible. That was like 10-hour shifts, but that was my first like legal actual like job at 23, I think 22, 23, yeah. But before that, I mean, I did like odds. I mean, other stuff like I had an uncle. He had property and was the manager of like a few different apartments. So when I was young, I used to go in there, take out the stuff that they leave, clean up, just get it ready for them to
Yeah.
go do that. I moved stuff a lot, houses, apartments. I did like trees, cut trees and shit. Did a lot of stuff, but UPS was the first actual like real like clock in type of job. Um,
Right.
it was seasonal. I did it for like I caught it at like I think it was like the end of October. So I did it from then to like uh, maybe January, the end of January of the next year. I could have went full time, but at that time I just was like, nah, I wasn't. I just didn't. I didn't
That's a
think that
tough
I would.
job.
Nah, it wasn't even that. I just didn't think I
You don't
would
think
get
so?
hired as full time, bro. Because that's like a stricter type of job. You gotta go through more of like a, you know, some different shit to get a job there. But so that really like showed me what a job was, a real one. But after that, I started doing all type of restaurant jobs.
Yeah, I worked at FedEx for a couple months, and but I worked in the factory, so I couldn't even deal with that shit too long. I was like, man.
You know what I forgot too? That's what I
Yeah.
really forgot, because I just looked at the hours, the money, and even the warehouse. I just looked at the hours and the money, like the part time, the 4 hour shifts, and I'm just like, that ain't gonna cut it for me. I don't want that. If I'm gonna work,
Right.
I need to be getting some. I didn't want even tripping about benefits, and
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about nothing else. I was just worried about the dough. So
Right.
I said, nah, I did it. And then I met a friend through another friend, and one day he was talking like, yeah, I'll be getting these jobs and shit. Well, I'm like, give me one. And he was like, yeah, if you want one. And I thought he was just drunk talking, but then like 3 or 4 days later, he hit me up, and he said, I got a spot that need a dishwasher. And I'm like, shit, I'll take it. I didn't even know what a dishwasher was. I mean, I know what dishwashing is in the house, but I didn't know what it was as a job position, but I took it. And this one broke me in too, as far as like restaurants. It was called the Morrisons in Atwater Village. That's kind of like by Glendale.
Oh, okay.
And it was Yelp at the time, like one of Yelp's top 4 or 7 happy hour spots. So it got busy.
Hella popping. What made you get into YouTube then from working those jobs? Were you just kind of tired of like the 9-to-5 life, or what was it?
Everybody tired of the 9-to-5 life. I came in the world. I don't want to just do a regular 9-to-5. You know, when I was younger, I used to be like, oh, I'd rather be in prison than out here broke. You feel me? Without no money. So that's like me. I'm like ready to go do whatever. But I don't know, bro. One day I was just like, shit, I'm gonna rap. And then I was like, I'm gonna just take this shit serious. But then at the time, I'm like, man, that shit costs too much. I gotta do this, do that. I gotta build a studio because I don't want to go to everybody's studio like that. And then like I never knew what YouTube. I knew what YouTube was, I think, but I never. Growing up, I think that shit came 2007 or something. I never knew what it was like that. I never used it because we still had Comcast. I mean, we still had cable that had on demand.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Movies and shit.
Yeah.
So I was never on YouTube. But then once I started working these jobs, and I used to have the craziest shifts when I first started working at a job, like the the 4 p.m. to closing, and then you gotta clean up after everything closed and shit. It was horrible. But so somebody would send me a link. I forgot who it was, but people would send me links to watch videos, like to videos and shit. And then one day I hit the link, and then it take me to YouTube, and then I start watching YouTube videos. And one of the first videos I remember watching was a bounty hunter video with like a man who's like a bounty hunter. And he go look.
Talking about the dude with the blonde hair?
Not him. I know who that is. I knew who that was since I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, it's Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Yeah, Dog. I'm talking about this dude named Bounty Hunter E or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I know who Dog is, but he been relevant. But I was watching that, and then I started watching other stuff, and then I seen a video with this dude with like a blue rag tied around his face, and he was like talking about something LA type of shit, and he was just speaking on something. I'm like, man, what is he talking about? He don't even know what he's talking about. And I'm like, nah, I could never do YouTube because I just don't want to. I'm not used to like putting a camera in front of me and talking, but you know, I put that bug in my ear, and I figured I learned you can make money from it. And then I was like, shit, I'm gonna do this. It took me. I started that channel like, I mean, you know, you gotta make a name on YouTube to even comment. So I made that shit like 2017. That's when I first I waited too. I should have been doing it, but 2017 was when I really I was like, okay, should I do this shit or not? Like, what is it? And I'm like, nah, I don't want to really be on camera and doing that shit. That's kind of weird to me. But 2019, after I started learning what it was, like I think uh, June something, like 2019, that was the first time I uploaded a video.
Yeah. And you did like, I feel like you did interviews and like you did like story time, stuff like that at first, right? Before you got into the reactions?
Yeah, low key, because the first video I did was just a video saying who I am. So I don't even know what you would call that, but that
An
was the first
intro, I
video.
guess. Yeah.
And I wasn't even blowing in the house like that really. And I went and sat down the street, like around the corner from my house, kind of like on this thing by a restaurant, by a bus stop, kind of. And
Yeah.
y'all just did the video. But yeah, you're right. I think I did that, and I was just doing story times, or like, yeah, and then, or I was doing like,
Because I remember you did that Big Sad interview like early on.
yeah,
Like,
but that was still a little bit in because I had did a few before that. It's still some on my channel, I think, that's public that I did like even before that. I did this dude from like Victorville, this Southsider rapper.
oh, okay.
Uh,
I remember the first time I heard about you, I think it was like 2020-ish. And you did a topic about like, I think it was about white people saying the N-word or something like that. And that kind of stood out to me because I'm white in hip hop and I've, been around a lot of different colors and shit. And I like growing up, I would say it because the homies would give me a pass and I didn't really realize it. But then as I got older, I was like, yeah, I can't be saying that shit otherwise because people start pressing me, getting mad. So I was like, okay. So I remember that video. I can't remember the title of it, but I remember that you kind of talking about that and like your upbringing and your idea on the use of white people saying the N-word and shit, being like, that was like the first time I heard of you. And then obviously like No Jumper and all that stuff. But
yeah, that's what got the No Jumper thing. That's what got the No Jumper interview. I think
right,
that topic. I think they said something about that on one of them videos. Yeah, like
right.
that's when I was sitting outside doing them videos. I was sitting outside across the street from my house, low key, next to like a dog park where nobody go because they go to the one that's across the street from that one. But yeah, that's where I was doing that shit, bro. And I didn't even know what a tripod was at first. And I just didn't have the balls to ask nobody. I just didn't want to.
Right.
I didn't even know what it was, but I found out one day. And then I found out how to do a reaction, low key, because I said I'm not gonna do no videos, because I was doing like 3 and 5. I get off of work, take a shower, groove up like 3 blunts, maybe 2 blunts, and then like after the first 2 days of me sitting out there, my ass started hurting, and you could get hemorrhoids from sitting on concrete like that for real. Your ass started feeling numb and shit. And
Yeah. No,
I had
you ain't
got
lying.
a pillow, taped that shit, and put it under my arm, and then I go out there and do them videos. And I'm in the public low key because like everybody that walk by can basically see me. But yeah, I just did that shit, and then one day I said I ain't gonna do videos until I figure out how to do this reaction right, and learned how to do that shit watching YouTube.
How do you, or I guess real quick, I want to ask about the Big Sad interview, and then I want to ask about the reactions and shit. So the Big Sad, like, was this before he really? I mean, it had to have been before he really got hella popping, right?
It was his
Or was
first.
he?
It was his first in-person interview.
What made him stick out? Were you guys already homies, or did like his music already stick out to you, or what made you believe in him and stuff?
I mean, he was already kind of popping. Like he had already had like a little. He was already popping. But he wasn't doing no interviews like that. I think he had did like 2, like Zoom type interviews. But that was the first
Yeah.
in person interview, and I didn't even do it right. Like that's what I'm saying. I wasn't even caring about how I was doing that shit in the beginning. because I wasn't even doing that shit right.
Yeah.
I did it on
Okay.
a fucking balcony and no, I think I don't even have a microphone. I did that shit though, but nah, he was like a gangster rapper. He just was cool. He from LA, so I was like, I
Yeah.
want to do the interview. I interviewed him. I interviewed Yellow Hill. Um, I interviewed a few people. I interviewed one rapper from Long Beach, but the interview, like after I put it out, like a few hours, they said, "Oh no, we want it down or whatever," for whatever reasons. But it wasn't nothing on my end. But
Yeah.
yes, but I had
How about
interviewed a
that?
few people, but I just wasn't feeling that shit. And then at the same time, the reactions is just they a little bit more work low key, but if it's working, then I was like, shit, I'm gonna just stay with the reactions. Fuck the
Hell
interviews.
yeah. No, I can't see. I just kept doing interviews, but I see how the reactions be popping too. Like interviews are tough. You have to like really get the right person at the right time and shit like that. But what about the reactions though? Like when would you say you kind of refined your craft with that to be able to like see success with that? And like when was that moment where you felt like, okay, I'm actually popping, like this shit's taking off?
Very kind of early on. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Before when I first started this shit, you know, I was like telling people, like sending this to them, like, "Oh, subscribe to this shit." Uh, nobody really was paying it attention or nothing. And when I got to 10,000 subscribers, that's when people kind of started paying attention, bro. But before that, like people like, "Oh man, he doing YouTube." Like, man, that shit weird. Like they ain't even see the play. They just didn't understand it because nobody in LA was
Right.
doing that shit before me. And that's I mean, I'm saying doing what I'm doing. Like it was YouTubers in LA before me, but I'm saying like doing what I'm doing. It was they was not like gang banging or gang members talking about these current topics and doing this shit. So I kind
Yeah.
of opened the door for all these people, bro. But early on, like I got monetized fast, and then after that, it was just like once I figured out like how to get around like all the limited ads and shit, um,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I say like probably I gave myself like I think a year and a half in, and then I was like, okay, I could kind of like instead of going to work, I could just do this more.
Hell yeah.
It got to that point because I start going to work like not performing and shit, and
Because you were too focused on like the YouTube shit, and yeah,
I'm taking
that's good though. Shit.
breaks. I mean, I
Yeah.
already take a lot of breaks every day. Like I do my, and then I'm out of there or something. At the end of my last job before that pandemic shit hit, I was the supervisor, so I really didn't like after the produce and shit get put away in the morning. For the next few hours, I was basically just doing whatever. But like once this shit hit, and because after that, when the pandemic hit, I lost that job. They closed that place down.
Mm.
But I rode the little EDD shit out for a while, because I had earned it. Like I guess I ain't never had that shit before, but I guess I had
Yeah.
earned it, and I got that shit. That shit was cool. So that pandemic helped me too, because I had started YouTube like right before that shit hit, and
Everyone
then
was
when it
on the internet.
hit, I didn't have to work for a while with that EDD, so I was just able to go all day with
Yeah.
videos. But like a year and a half in, I was like, yeah, I can't even come to work because it's like I'm coming in here, I'm kind of angry, and I'm like, what am I angry for? Like this is crap.
Yeah.
Why am I and I'm angry low key. Like I'm just not trying to sit here no more. I keep looking at YouTube and I'm looking at the studio. So I told my girl one day, I'm like, I'm just not doing it no more. Like, cause I'm
Right.
already, I don't kind of have to do it low key. Like, you know, I could kind of just do this full time and I'd be, even if I'm getting the same what they was giving, I don't have to do that no more low key. And I
Right.
haven't since.
Hell yeah. Did you would you say going on No Jumper, like how did that boost your career or like make you like famous?
Well, it got me more subscribers, but I mean,
Yeah.
I a decent amount of subscribers before I got on No Jumper, and then I mean I was already kicking up dust and having traction. That's what made them even want to speak about me, I guess, or whatever. But But Adam seen that I was making videos about other people, and I didn't even know that he seen that, and that was his whole purpose of interviewing me. I'm white, I claim Hoover, and then I'm. It's like what he do now. Like if he sees somebody and they got like friction or they talking about different people, he gonna try to interview them. So that's what he did. But I mean, I got subscribers off of it. I won't lie about that.
Right. But like you said, there are definitely pros and cons that come with that. Did you obviously like y'all had go ahead.
I said I got subscribers. I won't lie. When I did that interview, I had like 15,000 subscribers.
When you did the interview?
Yeah, when I did the interview. Like when the interview was recorded, I already had when it aired, I already had 15, maybe almost 16,000 subscribers. So I mean that when that video dropped, I gained subscribers. Good amount.
Did you what's your opinion on that topic now? Like the white people saying the N-word shit. I know that's a broad question, but
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't say it no more. I try not to. It ain't because like I don't got to. I mean, it ain't because I just somebody said don't say it, and I said I'm not gonna say it. It's just like I don't know, bro. It just ain't. I don't have to say it. Nobody really supposed to say it, but
that's
people say it. Some people's probably saying it to be cool, or I don't know. I'm just being honest. I was saying that shit because that's what I was growing up hearing. That's what people was calling me. That's what I was saying. Nobody never told me, hey, this is a word you don't say or shit like that.
It didn't become like, I guess, not necessarily an issue, but just people making it bigger than it was until you got older and you're on YouTube and now you got all these followers, shit like that.
But I mean, in the beginning, YouTube, I still was saying it on there. I was.
Yeah, because I think I remember you saying it in that video.
I'm saying it for a while, bro.
It
ain't like because I'm not gonna get sponsors anyway. Like I'm not looking to have them people control me. I don't want none of that shit anyway. So I'm gonna do whatever I do, but I don't say that shit, bro. I try really not just for YouTube. I just don't say it.
Gotta try to say it. So like obviously, okay, you did that interview with No Jumper, subscribers go up, whoop-de-whoop. I'm not gonna ask why y'all started beefing because I mean you already probably answered this question 100 times, but you show up with No Jumper, I think you kicked the door or something like that. Boom, you bounce. Then you're making videos about No Jumper. He's talking shit about you. It was kind of like it didn't seem like a real beef, but just internet beef, I guess, for the past year or two. And then you ended up on No Jumper a couple months ago, right? What led into you getting back on No Jumper and did you was there any specific reasons why you went back on No Jumper? Do you what's your response to the people in the comments that be like, oh, Milk, he was talking shit about No Jumper, whoop-de-woo, and now he's on it, blah blah. You know what I'm saying? What's your why did you end up going on No Jumper?
I didn't go on there for employment. I didn't go on there for money. I went on there to really I went on there for some shit. I had plans, but I just couldn't really what I was gonna do, I just couldn't follow through with. And the shit just didn't go right. So I aborted. But I went up there. That's nothing for me to go up there. That's not my homie. That's not my friend. Or no shit like that. But I went up there. I just didn't go up there for nothing, but I didn't go up there I want to work here, or we're gonna be having dealings with each other, or I'm gonna be up there doing interviews with somebody. So yeah, whatever I had planned, it just wasn't. I just couldn't go through with it. The shit wasn't right, and Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But I don't fuck with them. I have never been up there. I mean, back up there. I went up there, but I had motive.
As far as like
But yeah, I never go back up there. I ain't dealing with them.
so you had a motive to go up there for that second interview, but it just didn't work out. What do you mean, like you had a motive, or like you planned to do something else and it just didn't happen, or what do you mean?
I mean, you could say something like that. I guess say something like that.
But you wouldn't go again. You said
Nah,
you're
nah.
not feeling
That's just
them.
over. I wasn't never going. All I'm saying is I wasn't never going up there for this to be like I'm going up there to work or I'm going up there to get money or I'm going up there for no shit like that. I had shit in my head, but like I said, I just couldn't. It just I don't know, bro. And yeah, I don't
Is
know.
would you go like an every once in a while type thing to get interviewed? Nah,
No,
is
I wasn't even going. That wasn't really for me to get interviewed. I mean, I didn't really. That's not. I don't give. Getting no interview from no jumper. That's not really doing nothing for me. Like I don't want to
yeah,
deal with him. I just went up there, bro. I had thoughts, but I just can't really. Just not really talking about it.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I have no dealings with that dude. None at all. Still, I
Okay,
still feel the same way. I don't, you know. It just I had plans. They didn't. It just couldn't. I couldn't go through with them. They just couldn't go through with the plan. So it just didn't work. But yeah, no, I would never go back up there again. And yeah, I up and got too high. I was too high, bro. That was another when I was
like while you were there,
huh?
like while you were at No Jumper, you were
Yeah,
too high. I feel it.
yeah,
I feel it.
and that kind of really that didn't really that wasn't nothing to really do with the plans not going through. But yeah, I
Yeah,
was high and shit. But yeah, I just couldn't. It was just not going to be able to work for me for
yeah.
what I was trying to do or what was going to happen or what nothing like that. I mean, I wasn't trying to do nothing to him, but yeah, I just couldn't go through with it, bro.
Okay. Has anything changed since you went on to now that made you feel this way? Because honestly, like I didn't think y'all was cool or like best friends in them, but I figured it was at least civil or just like, hey, like it's whatever at this point.
Nah, part of me went up there too. See, that's the weed, but a part of me went like just to like to 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 get at the Gilligan from back on Fig. Really, that was that was like 5% of why I went up there. But I had shit planned, it just didn't go through, and I wasn't about to go up there and like I'm not going up
Mm,
there and uh doing nothing on camera or nothing. No, nothing changed. I was never going up there. I was never going up there to be a no jumper employee or work for him or no shit
mm,
like that. I had shit planned, couldn't go. It just wouldn't work. So yeah, I
fair,
aborted the mission. But you can say I was going deep cover to infiltrate, but it just didn't work.
fair.
Um, yeah, but nah,
Do
I don't
you
have to go to no jumper.
right? Could you ever see yourself being cool with um T-Rell?
Nah.
Like you don't think it's possible at all to even just have a conversation like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Talk about differences. Say, let's move forward.
Tried already.
No, okay. What a,
I tried it. Or
I know you already also kind of went about you talked about G Face on your channel and stuff, but like, do you have an opinion, like any new opinions on that situation about the 1090 Jake video and everything like that, him going on No Jumper and stuff?
well, that it was before the 1090 Jake video. I had already put
Yeah.
paperwork out on this dude. He was already people was been supposed to stop dealing with him when all of them seen the paperwork from a situation that happened in 2020.
Do you
Him
think
just
like,
going
go ahead?
him just going to jail right now. That shit opened up the door for that whatever he did in 2005 when he became a DEA and foreman. That's when that shit came out. But it was already paperwork out on him, bro.
Do you think that people should have listened to you before the 1090 Jake video came out? And if not, why do you think? You think it takes a video like, you know, does it take someone like 1090 Jake really breaking it down and like kind of, I don't want to say glorifying it, but just kind of like, what do they call it when you making a video look hella fancy and shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know the way 1090 Jake
he
does.
the one came with the federal paperwork. He did the
Okay, so
video
yours was
about
different paperwork.
yeah, I had paperwork from 2020 from when I just put out this regular paperwork of him snitching, like him taking the stand in a case in 2020. Bobby Hill 1090, he made a video after he got arrested. I wasn't even paying no attention to Gilligan face, but he got arrested. So that opened up, I guess the attorney said something about he was a DEA informant. So he made the video about that. But I mean, it was certain people that was already backing up off G-Face, but a lot of people didn't because they don't care because he's flashing the money.
All the money
and the foreign cars and shit. So
yeah, I think I did see you bringing that up in that video. How do you feel about like gang banging back in the day versus nowadays? And like, it seems like you've left that in your past, and I feel like you talk about how, you know, you've grown as a man and that you ain't really like in the streets like that anymore, but because people may try to get at you and be like, oh, Milk ain't in the streets, blah, blah, anymore. But like, you know, obviously you're a grown man now. You got, you know, money to be made. You got shit to focus on. Like, so what do you say to those people that kind of, you know, I guess try to get at you about your gangbanging background and shit like that?
I don't care, bro. I really don't. First of all, I'm not gonna get on here and get into no history about me. No gangbanging history about me. That's not what I'm doing on the internet. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not doing that. But I really don't care about what people say. I really don't, because it don't bother me. I really was in the streets. I jumped off the porch at 12. Like, these is kids, or these is grown people that wasn't outside. Like, probably start hanging out when they was like 17, 18. I already been outside. Like, yeah, most of the people that saying that probably broke and they outside because they gotta be. I don't have to be.
Yeah. What do you feel like is the main difference between like gangbanging when you were growing up versus now? Like, I guess obviously it's different, but
like the internet too. It's really the internet. It's a lot of shit, but a lot of this shit that's going on now been going on.
Yeah.
Going on back then too. There's a lot of weird shit going on. That's how it's going on now, because it repeats itself. So that shit was already going on. A bunch of bullshit. Yeah. You hear stories of people who told on people and they still in their area because they got money and they certain people hanging with them, and yeah, it get crazy.
Yeah, even as a blogger, honestly, like I'll be getting kind of annoyed because people be sending me paperwork and shit. And like, and this was a point you brought up in that G-Face video too. You were like, I don't even know if I wanted to make this video because people don't give a fuck anymore. And I was kind of agreeing with you because people be sending me paperwork all the time from like people in Colorado and shit. And I'll be like, it's a bunch of he said, she said, you never really know. And then some people just be saying it with no real paperwork. And then it's just like messy. It's just like all like, it's a bunch of people's opinions. Like, you just don't know what's true. There's people faking paperwork. Like, there's so much that goes into it that you kind of get like tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. At least from a blogger's perspective, I'll be getting tired of it because like,
yeah, but if you gotta, like, if it's worth it, if it's worth you to expose this, like if it's
black and white, like right in your face and they popping and shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying if it's like or if it's like worth it, like if it's somebody that's relevant, or you got some paperwork on them and you didn't Google this case number, and it actually comes up on the internet. But yeah, like some of that shit don't even be worth doing. I have got a lot of stuff that I don't even look at or I never even said nothing about because it's just like, for what? You want me to expose this potential,
Yeah.
stepper that's broke and don't got nothing and really don't care about life like that. You feel me? So you want
Right.
me to do that and you just sit somewhere and remain anonymous
Right. Yeah.
for free? Nah, it don't work like that. Nah, you
No.
can't
Yeah.
put yourself in goofy situations. Yeah, that's why the goofy G face in jail. I mean, now he in there saying he's spiritual and shit. He wasn't
I seen
spiritual.
that praying to
Fake ass
God and shit.
pulling up in my house. That's what he said.
It seems like you've kind of slowed down on reaction videos, at least this last month. Like, I know you dropped the G Face one. That was more of like an explanation or just like your opinion on it. But what's have you slowed down on it, or what's your kind of plan in future with YouTube? Like, do you have anything you trying to do, like stuff for people to be on the lookout for?
I haven't slowed down, but in the last 34 days, I just was busy, bro. I had to
Mm,
take a few days off because I have to go check on my body.
mm,
Like, because since I've been doing YouTube, I really haven't been to the doctor or no shit like that. So then
mm.
I'm hell no, I ain't stop. I ain't about to slow down with reactions. I'm getting back on it. I was doing recording some videos before I did this interview. But yeah, I
Okay.
had to take a few days off too because I had to, just do shit like that. And then I have to start going. I was starting going back consistently to the gym because I was
Hell
just doing
yeah.
videos, and you start getting caught in this like thing where you just doing videos, nothing else.
Yeah, you got
Video,
to work on yourself too. Facts.
you editing, you just sitting here, then you eating, then you doing the videos, you editing. You probably going somewhere, but you ain't really. It's not like you doing nothing. So it's just like you gaining weight and weight, and then next thing you know, it's just gonna be bad. So, um, yeah, like then people gotta understand. I mean, this shit like every day, every day, every day. So you just gotta catch yourself sometime and make sure you taking care of yourself too. But other than that, now I'm about to hit the gas, bro. I was
Hell yeah.
recording videos right now.
No, that's important. I'm glad you brought that up too, because like shit, I had just started therapy and going to the gym back more again recently too, because this shit really it be stressful too. Like, just with the YouTube, the blog and all that shit. How do you deal with it? How do you deal with like being, I guess, famous and like, people knowing you and stuff like that? Do you ever feel like you gotta look over your shoulder at all or anything? Like how do you deal with it?
Um, I had to look over my shoulder before YouTube,
Fair
like
enough.
way
Man.
before YouTube. So I
But it's
mean, now
different though.
I get paid to do. I get paid for me to have to do this now. But nah, like
Mm.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm not. I don't live in a bad area. Um, I don't live in the hoods like the trenches. I don't. I've been. Um,
Being got away from it.
yeah, since right before YouTube, I moved to a high rise. This was like a year before YouTube.
Mm.
I was living right across the street from the job that I was working at, but so I say like 2018 or 2017,
Yeah.
and so I don't really live in bad areas. So, but that still don't mean shit though. You feel me?
Right. You still, yeah.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. Like if I go certain places, even before YouTube, I'm always gonna be just like
Yeah.
cautious of where I go. I don't go anywhere. You know, that's how you get stuff happen anyway. You feel me? I'm not going. Don't catch me at just any liquor store, or I'm not just about to go to any smoke shops. I don't even go to if it say smoke shop. I don't even really go to it like that unless it's in a like okay area. Or I could just like the parking lot, and I could just pull up right to the door. Or I don't even
Yeah.
go to 7-Eleven or something, but. So you just gotta keep yourself out of certain positions, and you don't ever gotta be like that. But other than that, yeah, you just gotta be careful because some people you don't know, like if it's a fan walking up or if it's somebody trying to do something. Other than that, no, not really, to be honest, because I don't put
Yeah.
myself in them positions, bro. I
That's
don't.
good.
I just don't. I be going play. I go a lot of places, but I still don't. I just don't go where
Where you know there's gonna be hella people and shit. Just
No, not hella people because I go everywhere. I'm in restaurants and all type of shit. I'm walking down streets. I'm on Lime scooters going everywhere. Like I'll be everywhere. But I'm saying I'm not going to places where they damn, I don't want to say like they accept EBT, but I'm just not going to I'm not going to areas where it's like where it's controlled by a gang. I'm gonna say that. I'm not going to areas like that. I don't live in no area that's controlled by nobody hood.
that's for real. That's for real. Yeah, I mean, do you ever like even just not even thinking about like being outside, but do you ever be like considering a new path as far as like YouTube shit, or do you ever overthink just the business itself, like not even no street shit, but just like the business, like YouTube? Do you ever consider other career paths or anything like that?
Nah, I'm just I'm about to move. I'm about to leave California. That's pretty much it. And
Oh, where you
I really
moving?
don't want to because it's not like I'm leaving just to leave, but it's just like other places are cheaper to live. Um,
Facts, yeah.
it's like what I'm paying right now. Other places is like 2 times cheaper. Like it's like
Mm.
I'm like, God damn, and it's kind of like bigger and stuff. Like, but in the taxes and shit like that.
Nah, facts. Yeah. Do you have any like places in mind you trying to move, or
Yeah, I'm
like
trying to
state?
go to like the 52nd floor, Miami somewhere. Uh,
Okay,
I mean, what's that?
Miami's nice.
Why Miami?
No, I said Miami's nice.
Yeah, no, probably not Miami. Maybe Texas.
Texas is cool. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um,
But
what,
I'm for
what
sure leaving California. In the
you're
next
over Cali?
like 4 months, 3 months.
What was your first big YouTube check? Like, did you save like save up and kind of wait until it got to a certain amount, or like,
I've never saved a check. I didn't never select like save them. No, I need mine whenever it comes.
if you don't mind me asking, like, what would you say your biggest YouTube check was, or like, what was your big like purchase? What first big purchase with YouTube?
Well, it's not really like a big purchase with YouTube really in the beginning. It was just more of like YouTube could take over my expenses.
Okay,
I don't
fair
have to
enough.
work them 80 hours or whatever. I mean, 40, yeah, like them 80 or 90 hours every pay period to get a check. And then I could still do more and more and do whatever I was doing, but I just could do it from the house now. And I could do YouTube videos and I could just sit in here and smoke all day and go still do it. That's what I love about this shit because you get freedom. But
Hell yeah.
I mean, shit. I mean, like in the beginning, I mean, shit. Even in the beginning, like like a year and a half in or something, if you getting, I mean, it's people getting more than what I was getting, but for me, I mean, getting even
Right,
in the beginning, getting like a $7,400, $5,900 check was insane. I mean, the first
right,
check I got was $136 or something, and I was like,
right.
wow, this is outrageous. They
Hell
just
yeah.
gave me to do these videos. It's crazy. YouTube is crazy though, bro.
No, it is.
it's like you get freedom, and it's like you can. It's not like a 9 to 5 because it's up to you to do whatever how much ever content or whatever working for you to make that money. So if
Right.
you could upload 1,000 videos in a pay period.
Go crazy.
1,000.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I'm starting to get like the hang of it. I get a little checks here and there, but I'm starting to like really
The
try
thing
and
is, you gotta match the gas. It's
yeah,
no I was mashing the gas. Like this is my first or maybe my second time taking like the first time was forced.
yeah,
That was forced. They was trying to that was a forced time out. But this one was me just like really just taking a
focusing on
bath.
your health and shit.
Yeah, and just figuring not that too, but just figuring just you got to take a break sometimes. Like even if you work, you cannot work every day. That's gonna kill you. So you got to figure something out, like just to take a break. Like I mean, I don't do
Right.
shit like that, but it is like every day you got to get the content, record reaction, edit it, do all that. So it's a lot, but I say it's worth it. Yeah, you gotta hit the gas. That's the problem. And I tell anybody, if you're gonna do YouTube, don't upload no once every week. Don't try to be that channel because you're not.
Right.
The channels, them people
Every
are
day.
clout or already been doing this shit. And that's just, or that's just maybe that's just how it's gonna work for them. But in order to make money, because it's a
Right.
threshold. I
Right.
don't going into like that, but it's $100 threshold. But
Right.
I'm just telling you that, man, you could see some crazy money because I did. That's why I'm in it, and I don't give a fuck about nothing because I'm trying to tell you, and I ain't even reached the peaks that
Right. Right.
that I'm reach, but the numbers is wild, bro. It's crazy. It's like I don't be saying that shit like that though, because I don't really. If you notice, I ain't the type that post the money.
Yeah. 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 I feel that. I think
Really,
that shit's corny.
I just don't want people all begging, thinking I got money or
Right.
plotting. I don't do that. But let's just say it's but it is like a business. So sometimes I'm just letting you know, I'm letting people know that it could be up and down depending on
Right.
your grind and whatever you got going on and your content, whatever like the content or whatever you got going. Because you still earning money even with the old videos, but it's just you just gotta grind, bro. You gotta how many videos you do every week?
All right,
No,
now
that's how many you do a day.
I'm trying to post at least once a day, sometimes
No,
two if I can.
that ain't enough.
No, you ain't. It
I'm
ain't.
trying to tell you, you gotta figure out some type of way to get this shit
Yeah,
rolling.
because I post on Instagram like 5 to 10 times a day, and that's how I got my Instagram popping. But
You're not even getting paid like that from Instagram.
right,
You need to be figuring out a way to do 3 or 4 videos, 3 videos in some shorts on
yeah,
YouTube. That's where I be slipping out with shorts too. But
yeah, the shorts, you be getting
but you
hella
don't make
subscribers.
no money off that shit. That shit
Facts,
just good for the
facts.
subscribers or the views or whatever. But you ain't making
Right,
no income. I'm saying
right.
if the people want an income, one video a day ain't gonna work.
No, you ain't lying.
I'm trying to unless once you get to a bigger
Right,
thing, then it's like, okay, you got a pay period, and it's like, well, I could not do nothing these 4 days, and then if I just work these 12 days, then so
right.
I will still be able to, get some money. So it's crazy, but one video, whoever that ain't gonna work, bro.
Hell yeah. Okay. Do you what are your thoughts on DW Flame and like No Jumper going separate ways and then Adam like canceling the podcast?
Him canceling the podcast, I mean, that was to be expected because that shit ain't it wasn't doing nothing.
Mm,
He had about 4 or 5 live stream shows that wasn't doing nothing. Live stream doesn't make no money like that unless
right,
you sitting on there for the sole purpose, like for super chats and stuff like that. But other than that, it ain't really it ain't making sense like that.
right.
And he probably found out that they was probably all charging people to come on there.
What do you how you feel about the Diddy situation going on with like the Cassie video getting leaked and then the feds raiding him and shit like that?
Man, Diddy been doing some foul shit, man. It's crazy. I don't know. Can I even say that like that? I believe he has something to do with his wife or his baby mother. That was his wife.
Oh yeah,
Kim.
yeah, Kim Porter.
Yeah, I believe he has something to do with her death.
Yeah. What do you think about Biggie and Tupac? You think he might have?
Well, I feel like he for sure has something to do with hers because maybe she was about to write a book,
Yeah.
and
Just like
he was like, nah, I ain't. And he probably tried to give her some money, and she was like, nah, that ain't. I want to do this book. And, he got money, so he could make some
right,
shit look like a pneumonia or something like
right.
that. And it was really a murder. But I'm not saying that's the case with
That's
him.
what
But
happened, allegedly. But
yeah, allegedly, that's just what I was thinking. But Biggie, you know, they say he got Biggie whacked to take the pressure off of him for the shit that happened with Tupac. This is, you know.
Yeah. It's a lot of conspiracies and sketchy shit. I don't even know. I'd be
scared. A lot of that shit real, bro. That's the problem.
Yeah. What if you like? I know you on YouTube and shit, and you're not really like in the like scene like that, you know, where you be outside at the Diddy parties and all that shit. But like, have you seen any weird shit go on in Hollywood, or just like?
I don't go to nothing like that, bro. Like, I ain't never went to no shit like that.
Right.
The weirdest stuff I seen was when I was working in Hollywood on like it was on Hollywood, right? I get off the train on Hollywood and Vine and walk back up like a block, maybe, or half a block. That was like Hollywood and Vine, let's just say that. And it was like this pop-up restaurant called Beetlejuice. I think it was Beetlejuice, something like that. It was themed. I think it was called Beetle House, but it was themed after Beetlejuice, like a pop-up shop. And they had like the people dancing and shit, and all the servers in these weird ass costumes. So that's like the weirdest shit I've seen. But I have never been in no parties or no shit like that, because I wouldn't even go to nothing like that.
Right, right.
I'm not big on the Hollywood scene or no shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. I respect it. Well, shit, I think that just about wraps up all my questions. Do you have any like final thoughts or anything last minute you want to speak on?
Nah. I mean, not really.
Okay. Where can the people find you at on like Instagram and you know YouTube and all that, man? Make sure y'all go follow, subscribe, all that.
My Instagram is 4% milk and YouTube is It's Milk TV. But bro, I don't even really be on Instagram like that. I don't. I be on there sometime, but
Yeah.
I remember I was trying to make Instagram like trying to make it like an actual page, like a media page, but it was just too much for me.
It's a lot of work, yeah.
I would have to pay some.
Yeah. See, that's the part I have been good at is like the Instagram shit, getting the blog page for Denver going, and I got some homies that I'll be splitting bread with. Like if someone pays for a page post or whatever, I'll just split the bread with them to post it. But then it's hard to build a team because you be kind of, I don't want to say micromanaged, but I'll be like, damn, the way they did this promo was ass. You know what I'm saying? Or like whatever. But I'm trying to get my YouTube bag up though. I have never really been that good at YouTube. I've been good at Instagram, but
See, the thing is, you got to take the focus away from Instagram. I understand why you're on there because Instagram is like a free promotional tool. You know, you could get the promo, but still, your main focus got to be YouTube because you're not really making no money. You're getting money off Instagram, but you're not earning like a monthly steady income. Like you could get promo for 1 week or 1 day and probably not get none for a week or 2 days. It could be up and down, but if you put them 5 videos on YouTube, you got to start doing that, and that's when it's gonna jump, bro. It's all about consistency. 1 video a week ain't gonna be shit. 1 video a day ain't nothing.
Right.
So you got to figure out a way to pump it up, because I'm about to pump it up too. I'm pushing out these reactions. I'm about to start trying to do more vlogs. That's why I've been getting back in the gym, so I won't be fat or no shit like that.
Hell yeah. What made you cut the hair?
I don't know, bro. I just didn't like. Right now, I gotta go to a barbershop. I went to this barbershop. This dude, like, really didn't know what he was doing, but I don't know, bro. I just got tired of it. I got tired of having to like do it every day, damn near, like, or I don't know. But I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go to a barbershop because these crazy, bro. These barbershops is insane with the amount of money they want to cut your hair these days. It's crazy.
No, facts. Yeah.
They want like
$70, $100.
Yeah, 70.
It's probably even worse. Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. I grow my hair back before But I was just tired of this shit, bro. To be honest, I was just like, I don't know. I just got tired of that shit. So I figured like I'll just cut that shit. But if I don't like it, if I can't really, cause I'm gonna get this, I'm about to go get this shit cut right. I was just letting it grow to, cause it had this
Yeah.
permanent like, part in it. So I was just letting it
Oh,
grow,
okay, yeah.
so that shit'll grow back. And I'm gonna go get it cut right. But I think I'm more than likely just keep it short.
Hell yeah.
2 months.
What's one piece of advice you would give like someone who's trying to get out of the streets and get into like a legal hustle like YouTube or whatever?
Shit. Advice. Don't
Like
listen.
what one piece?
Don't listen to nobody. Don't let nobody like stop you from doing what you're gonna do. Because a lot of people be scared of what other
Mm,
people gonna say.
right.
Like, telling you probably people like, oh, Milk going to get a job, like, ah ha 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 ha, like, oh, he doing YouTube, that's weird shit. But when that YouTube start cracking, it's a different story now. But
Right. Right.
yeah, bro, just don't worry about what nobody gonna say, and you just got whatever they gonna do. They just gotta do it. Like when I was working, I was an excellent worker. You feel me? I was getting employee of the month. I never got in trouble. I never got fired like that. Well, I got fired one time, and that's kind of because I really forced them to fire me. Because at one job, I didn't like how they was making. They want one day you doing this job, then the next day you doing this and this. I just wasn't feeling it at that time for some reason. But other than that, I could come in there high all day. So you just got to do it. Whatever you're gonna do, push the gas. Cause I worked hard. Like if it wasn't no dish or nothing to do or whatever what I was doing, I'll wipe the wall. And
Yeah.
and they'll see it. It's like, damn, that wall was dirty for 6 months, and now it's like sparkling clean. And who did that? Oh, Robert did it or whatever. And like, yeah. So and I just applied that to YouTube too, and that's how I'm still doing what I've been doing. But now I'm up some, so some days I don't have to do 4 and 5 videos a day. But at the end of the day, I treat this as you have to treat it like a work. I mean, like a job. You just
Yeah.
don't have to go clock in, but you have to clock in with yourself. You have
Right.
to be your manager too, because you have to be like, oh, it was to the point where I wouldn't even want to blow if I wasn't doing a video, bro.
Right.
Bro,
You
the advice is just to push the gas. Like you gotta go hard or go home. Because if you're gonna play with it, don't do it. If you're gonna play in the streets, don't go in the streets. If you're gonna play at the workplace, you might as well not really get a job probably like that. Like, cause it's just not gonna work.
would you ever do an interview with Vlad?
Yeah, but that probably won't happen.
How come? Why not?
Cause I don't fuck with Adam.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Adam, and I don't really fuck with Hollywood. Period, bro. Like I
Yeah.
don't. I don't mess with certain people. Like I don't. I feel like Bobby Shmurda. Like he said that he feel like his music don't stream and get charted like that because he don't paint his nails. So a little bit of that, but it's kind of like his music is just not.
Right. Like you feel like you almost have to compromise in
Yeah,
certain
I'm
ways
not.
to get
Yeah, I
popping
don't.
in Hollywood and shit.
Yeah, I don't do the gay jokes. I don't do them gay skits. I don't
Yeah.
want nobody playing with me like that. I don't do shit like that. So of course you're not gonna really they're not gonna invite you because you don't do shit like that. Like I see these people doing these little YouTube videos where they be saying gay shit or walking up to the man saying, "Hey, Poppy," and like all this
Yeah.
weird type shit. I don't do that, bro. So I'm not gonna be invited to that type of shit. And then it's like I wouldn't even want to try to infiltrate no shit to even go look in there because you might get stuck. So it's like I wouldn't even go. I wouldn't
Right.
even put myself in a position like that, bro. This is crazy. Like it's crazy. You'll see though. Like it's crazy. Like these people, it's wild. I'm trying to tell you, it's crazy. But that's why you just gotta stay by yourself. If you ain't really, and people think it's just easy to go get a host to do a podcast with. It's not that real. It's not that easy. Because
Right.
I was thinking about doing one of those too. probably do it by myself, but I don't know.
There's a lot of energies, and then people be getting mad. Yeah. I've worked with so many people on the business, and like
It would just
it's
have to be all contracts. It would have to be paper
right.
signed. It would have to be like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Shit would have to be like, because people will do this shit for 2-3 weeks and then try to think they able to quit and start their own channel, and then they
Right.
only get 100 subscribers in like 2 or 3 months. So,
Right.
that's why I'll just be. I ain't quick to run into that. And from what I've been doing so far, and from what I've been seeing with other people, you could run up a bag by yourself. It's very much possible. It really is.
Hell yeah. Well, shit, man. I appreciate you for coming on the show. I think it was a dope interview. There's a lot of game. I know we had to talk about the bullshit too to get people to tune in, but I appreciate you giving that game as well, man. Make sure y'all go follow Milk on everything. Instagram, YouTube, all that links will be in the description of this interview. Make sure I hit that like button, comment down below who you want to see next in the Mile High Minute. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button to stay notified when all the latest news drops. Mile High Minute, #1 blog in the universe. We out. Appreciate you.